Hey guys, I feel a need to distract myself at the moment because, like any other human being, I'm struggling with the fact that one of my dogs, which I love a great deal, is currently in an operation to have her leg amputated. It's my disabled dog. And I'm worried about her. And thus, I feel a need to distract myself by making some videos for you guys. But the topic in mind I've wanted to do all day because of a few comments I had. Some people asked me whether, over the years many times, people have asked me if they think karma did this to the children. And by did this, I mean they are the way they are, perhaps with a physical deformity and so on and so forth, because of some sort of karmic debt. And I will say to those people, sometimes we have to really dig deep into ourselves before we say something. Because it's very presumptuous for us as human beings who are able-bodied to look at a disabled person and say, that's some sort of karmic punishment. When I know that many of my children here look upon the able-bodied people and think, that must be some sort of karmic punishment. You see, I made a video before about a tree that had fallen, and because the tree had fallen and was still rooted in the ground, the trunk of the tree was this way, but new shoots of life were coming up out of the tree. And on a normal tree of that species, a baobab tree, shoots of life don't do that. And the shoots of life were able to grow from that trunk in a different way to an able-bodied person or a tree that stands upright like normal people stand upright. Because it was able, the light of our world was able to access it in a different way. The light from the canopy was not shaded anymore, so the trunk of the tree received new light that it wouldn't normally receive, and life grew up towards that light. And just as you have a cerebral palsy child with a body that doesn't work and a mind that's a little bit less polluted because it doesn't have the need to go around and to think of this and to think of that and the things it's done today and the anticipations of the future and the regrets of the past and the desires of the flesh. Because all of those things are not there. The canopy is missing from the child. And when the canopy is missing from the child, the light comes in a different way and life comes through them in a different way. And that way is sometimes way more bedazzling than a person with their canopy intact. They're already more spiritually advanced 100, 1,000-fold over people with a carnal mind and an able body who are moving around. As long as that child has care and they have their food and they have their love from other people, they are forced into a submissive state where the carnal mind must be gone. And one of my sons here, who is able-bodied, always says that the children are so happy because angels surround them. And it's absolutely true, because the carnal mind is absent, because they haven't got the constant desires of the flesh and so on and so forth like we may, because we're out there being stimulated by the world in anticipation. Then indeed the angles of light that carry photons that we call angels can access them more easily because the mind is more silent. Because from birth they've been forced into a still meditative state. They haven't been polluted by education, TV, so on and so forth. And I see it on the children. And yes, they need care and some have pain. But if you take that aside, some of them are way happier than most of the people who watch me. And thus I can't look at these children and say it's a karmic debt. Because they might well look at us if they understood karma and say, you have a karmic debt. Look at you toiling with your thoughts all day long. Why don't you just lay here and enjoy the present moment? Why don't you just touch nirvana? Why do you have to work at it? I don't. I can just lay here in my body that doesn't work the same way that your body works, but it does work. And I can bathe in nirvana daily. And you're too busy to even know it exists sometimes. That might be what the children would say to you. So you cannot look upon disabled persons and say it's a karmic debt. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.